an axe to grind asked me, what are the advantages of being a convicted felon, okay? And there are some advantages. I actually had to think about it, and I actually had to consult one of my friends that's currently incarcerated in order to really give a good answer to this, okay? Because there's a lot of disadvantages, and the advantages are, shall we say, it's fringe benefits, if that makes any sense. And it depends, it varies from person to person, but there are several advantages of being a felon. One, the federal bonding program is one, okay? So people have an incentive to hire you because of the federal bonding program. That's a major one. Two, there's a Pell Grant. There's actually government grants that specifically go to ex-convict type individuals, people that have been to prison, etc. So that's obviously huge, okay? Big. Another thing is, quite frankly, if you are trying to stay in the criminal underworld, when you go to prison, you learn more techniques, more skills that can benefit you in the criminal underworld. You have more contacts for getting equipment for criminal purposes. I don't really want to go into it, but absolutely, you can get more stuff out of, if you've got the right contacts, money can buy you pretty much anything, okay? So the criminal underworld opens those kind of doors. I'm not involved in criminal activity, but if I wanted to be involved in criminal activity, there's tons of contacts I have, and I could make a phone call and get all types of different things. So there's that. I talked to a person that owns a warehouse, and he told me flat out he would rather hire an ex-gang member straight out of prison than hire a college-educated yuppie liberal. He said that he's hired overqualified people, and they want to be paid way too much. They don't work that hard. They're clumsy. They're awkward. That's what he said about college-educated white liberals. He says he will never hire a college-educated white liberal to work in his warehouse. He says he prefers to hire a convicted felon fresh out of prison because they know how to follow rules. They know how to lift heavy things, which he needs people to lift boxes and put them in trucks. So for blue-collar work, you'd be surprised how many employers want somebody that's been to prison. They don't want some spoiled kid that their parents is making them get a job type deal. They don't want that. They don't want a spoiled kid that mom and dad's making them to get a job. They don't want a guy fresh out of college because he's overqualified to work there, and he wants to be paid way more than his work is worth and things like that. So there are certain jobs where felons are actually sought after, okay? You don't want to hire a liberal college student kind of person. They're overqualified for that work, and also they're gonna complain, and they're gonna be awkward, they're gonna be clumsy, they're gonna drop things and break things. Having been to prison and having grown up in a middle-class household, I can actually tell you, I can spot a middle-class person from a mile away, okay? Because the way they move, poor people, they have a stride to the way they walk, okay? Poor people have sort of a dexterity, being able to hold multiple objects at the same time. We got a crowbar here, because I'm Gordon Freeman. Half-Life 3 is confirmed, by the way. So if I need to like hold things and kind of multitask and, hold different things and I notice like cushy middle-class people can't figure it out. Like they can't figure out how to hold more than 3 things at the same time. I know that's offensive to the middle-class people that watch that, but there's just kind of a get up and go kind of mentality that blue-collar people have and that convicts have that like particularly white middle-class people don't have. A lot of blue-collar people think middle-class kind of cushy people don't know how to operate with common sense. You'll hear blue-collar people will say things like, man, common sense ain't common, which is kind of dumb because that statement is oxymoronical. It's kind of like a circular logic. It's kind of a dumb thing to say. But what they're trying to say there is that when you hear a blue-collar person say common sense ain't common, they're kind of criticizing, they're kind of poking fun at like white-collar people, okay? Because white-collar people are kind of clumsy, they don't have dexterity, they don't know how to hold more than one thing at the same time, and it just looks kind of weak. And that's why, when you're raising kids, you need to kind of get them out in the world, okay? You need to teach them how to work with their hands. You got to teach them how to hold multiple things at the same time. Because, like, you don't want, in today's world, bro, it's not a good look to move around like you're part of British royalty or something, like somebody else is just gonna make something happen for you, okay? I don't know how to describe it, but it's this kind of thing where you're like a dainty little flower and you walk like C-3PO from Star Wars. I don't know how to describe it, bro. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I can see a middle-class person that's never been to prison from a mile away, because they have that C-3PO walk, okay? And they can't balance more than one thing in their hand. It's, you know, and I know not all middle-class white people exhibit this, but there's certain mannerisms, certain ways of talking, kind of over-explaining themselves, sharing too much information. There's things like that. I can notice a middle-class, kind of sheltered person from a mile away, okay? And I try to help people like that. If I was a bad person, I'd be targeting people like that. But I try to help people like that. I try to help them get better, okay? I try to work with people like that. But when you've been to prison, you don't have those traits, and that makes you appealing to many employers, okay? Many blue-collar kind of jobs, the employer actually wants somebody that doesn't exhibit those things. Certain employers notice that as well. It's not just convicts that notice it. It's people that are looking for competent laborers. So yeah, I would say that's another advantage that you get from being kind of an ex-convict type of guy. Success with women, that's another thing. Obviously, the first night out of jail, there's something about getting out of prison. There's something about getting released from prison. The women are just, they're cold approaching you, okay? It wears off when you've been out of prison for a while, okay? I don't have women literally coming up to me, starting conversations with me anymore. But those first couple weeks out, there's something about you when you first step out of prison. Women pick up on it, and women are literally, anybody that's been to prison will tell you this. When you first get out of prison, women are cold approaching you when you first get out of prison. Yes, especially those first couple weeks when you get out. Yes, that is an advantage in general. Your sex appeal goes up, huge for getting out of prison. Women are attracted to really, really dumb things, okay? There's actually not that many gold diggers. I see pretty boys that live under, I see a pretty boy that lives under a bridge gets more women these days than a rich man that's fat and nerdy. I'm just being honest. Now, there's certain women that like the fat nerdy guy if he's rich, but more often than not, some pretty boy surfer dude that lives under a bridge, they'll think, oh, the poor baby, I can fix him, and they'll move him into their house. So I'm just being honest, absolutely the sex appeal goes up when you've been to prison. When you've been to prison and you survive prison and you go out, you come out and you get tattoos, the women that are into true crime, like the true crime girls, they see my tattoos and they know that my tattoos, not just any white guy in prison is allowed to have the tattoos that I have. People know that, okay? I got shit JD DeLay's not allowed to wear, okay? Absolutely. I got shit JD DeLay can't wear. It's just the truth, okay? And so, absolutely, there's an advantage to having been in that environment and getting out. It drives your sex appeal up. And last but not least, on the subject of JD DeLay, you can monetize your life at that point. If you really had a cool and interesting bid, normies find prison fascinating. If you know how to get in front of a camera and tell a story, and you have good stories to tell, and you have good format, okay? So you have to have a good format, you have to have a good delivery, and you have to either know how to edit video or know somebody that knows how to edit video. But if you're like me, or if you're like John Bravo Films, if you're somebody that knows how to tell a story, White Boy Radio is another one. If you know how to tell a story, you can really make a living on a place like YouTube. Now, that's not my only source of income, but it's one of my sources of income. I have many. So there's that. Another advantage to being a convict or a felon is you can get either free tattoos or very, very cheap tattoos. I've got a couple that I got for free, and I got a couple that I got for dirt cheap, okay? So free tattoos / inexpensive tattoos, big plus. If I hadn't have done a lot of prison time, I doubt that I would have these sleeves. I doubt that I would have them. They're necessary in prison for kind of showing what team you're on, as a subject for another video. But definitely, yeah, that's cool. If you're into tattoos, you can get them very inexpensively or free if you know the right people and you're involved with the right stuff. So yeah, there's definitely benefits to being a convict, 100%. I would say I have reaped all the benefits. There's also some downsides, and I've tried to mitigate the downsides, and I've tried to reap the rewards. Because that's, I mean, what else would you do, right? I mean, why would you set yourself up for failure? But yeah, there's definitely rewards. Being an ex-convict has its rewards, okay? It's not all bad. You meet lots of people. I think prison sharpens your social skills. It gives you interesting stories to tell. You can learn skills in there, including legal skills, vocational skills, job skills. You just learn how to talk to people. I'd say there's actually a lot of advantages, and so this is a very good question, and I want to give a shout out to An Axe to Grind for asking me this question. So it was a good question. So guys, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out the store. I don't care if you buy anything or not. I just want you to check it out. If you see something you like, buy something, but you don't have to. I just like it if people check the store out, see if there's anything you like. Guys, see you on the next one. Jordan Jared, signing off.